Hey guys, it's been a while. But I'm back here, and there's a few things I've been meaning to talk about specifically, and they're not even necessarily about gun issues. I wanted to go over the recent 303 Creative Supreme Court case that everyone is being lied to about what it means and what it says, and of course, that's the case where the online website developer. If you listen to the media, the case is about the fact that you can discriminate against people because of they're gay or whatever, transgender. And so I have a video ready that I'm going to be doing about that to get to the truth of that. But first, I want to talk about something that's going on right this second. And I don't know the truth behind it just yet, but I do know what the ATF is doing. As you know, the Biden administration is weaponizing the ATF to go around gun laws, any laws, and to use both the rulemaking and this open letter. Somehow, the ATF thinks it can just send out a letter and say this is the law, and then boom, it's the law. And that's just not what's happening. I've got several cases right now dealing with the ATF and their overreach. And so, just look out for those coming up. But this is something that really caught my eye when this was sent to me. And by the way, I'm not going to reveal the client, even though I have his permission. And I'm not going to reveal his name in this, but I do have his permission to talk about this, to share this, and explain to my audience what the ATF is doing. So here's a letter that he got, and this is from the Dallas Field Division. And it's a warning notice. You may be in violation of federal law. Now, when you get a letter like that, it's like, holy crap, what? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I haven't broken any laws. What are you talking about? I might be in violation of federal law. Well, when you go down and read this letter, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is responsible for enforcing federal firearms laws. All right? Laws. Okay? This is the key word here, laws. ATF has information that you have acquired one or more forced or hard reset trigger devices, FRTs. Now, I've done a video on this channel. I can't remember if I did it on both channels. I think I did. If not, just go to my CJ Grisham channel if you're watching this on the Open Carry Texas channel. But here's what got me. So not only did he supposedly acquire a forced reset trigger, but he got it from this company via this website. Now, one of these places, and I assume it's gunbroker.com, I don't know for sure. How does the ATF have information that a sale to a private individual of a particular part, which is the forced reset trigger, how do they know that this individual bought this product from this company via this website? It seems like I don't know if this was from a warrant that the ATF filed against either Gunbroker or Panda Tactics LLC, but Panda Tactics LLC and Gunbroker both owe its customers an explanation as to why the ATF is sending letters to its customers regarding a private sale of a perfectly legal device. Now, they're saying it's not legal because they go on to say here, these items have been classified as machine guns that were unlawfully manufactured. Well, that's actually not true. As I mentioned in a previous video about the forced reset triggers, there's nothing at all that is illegal about the forced reset triggers. I went all over this. because it's an open letter. If you remember, the ATF sent an open letter to FFLs and said, hey, we think that some FRTs, not all, some, the ones they tested, are they convert a firearm into an automatic weapon, right? And we talked about whether a device actually converts a firearm into an automatic weapon or whether it simply increases the rate of fire. Force reset triggers, all they do is increase the rate of fire. That's it. It does not convert them into an automatic weapon functionally, mechanically, or in any way. But these says possession of these devices is a violation of law. No, it's not a violation of law. It's a violation of a letter that the ATF has sent out to I guess the people who have purchased these things in the past. Now, as such, due to their illegal manufacture, the registration of these devices in the National Firearms Registration and transfer record is also a violation. So even if you have one, if you were to go and register it, the fact that you have it makes you a felon. This letter officially notifies you that the unlawful receipt and possession of any of these devices is a felony violation of federal law, and devices that are unlawfully received or possessed are subject to seizure and forfeiture by the federal government. Continued possession of any of these devices could result in prosecution for criminal violations of federal law as well as potential state criminal violations. Any future purchase or possession of such devices may subject you to prosecution as well. And then it goes in and it says, any weapon which shoots is designed to shoot or can be readily restored to shoot automatically. This is the law. This is an actual recitation of the law, but the word automatic does not mean increased rate of fire. Because if you look at, and here it is, without manual reloading by a single function of the trigger, a single function of the trigger. So when you use a forced reset trigger, that's not a single function of the trigger. There are several things happening there. First of all, when you pull the trigger releases the firing pin into the cartridge, releasing the bullet. And then what it does is the trigger then forces the finger forward so that it resets the trigger so that with pressure on the trigger, it can refire the next round. That's one round, one squeeze, one function of the trigger, one round. And that's what makes it automatic. And if you read the ATF's own letter, and again, you got to go back and read my other video on this issue. I've discussed this fact that the ATF not only is only going after certain types of triggers, so we don't even know which ones they are because the ATF never discloses which FRTs are legal, which ones are illegal, by serial number, make, model, brand, anything. It just says that some of them are. And so because there's no notice to the general public, the law requires, due process requires that citizens have notice of what is legal and what is illegal. And the problem with this forced reset trigger issue is that there is no notice because there's no such rule in the Federal Registry that regards forced reset triggers. And there's no law under 26 USC or any other code, specifically 921, that says that forced reset triggers are illegal. And yet people are getting these. But what's really important about this is that one of these two companies, if you are a customer of either Panda Tactics LLC and or gunbroker.com, you may want to contact them and find out if your personal information is being given to the ATF and find out what's going on. Because there's no other way, unless the ATF is unlawfully and illegally snooping into their website stuff or snooping into your purchases, that would be given over to them in any other way besides a search warrant or voluntary submission of this information as these things are sold. So it's very important. I wanted to bring that. This is just one of many letters that I've seen. And there you go. Now I see that we've got our normal ignorant moron Sean Hawkins in the chat, spouting stuff that he has no idea what he's talking about, as is usual. The fact is that there is no law. So if you can quote me, Sean, go ahead and quote the law. I mean, this is the law right here. The ATF actually quotes the law. All right. So you tell me how a forced reset trigger is a single function of the trigger. All right. You tell me, genius. You sit there and say, don't buy any of them, you'll be in compliance. Well, that's not what the ATF says. So, I mean, you don't even want to listen to the ATF. I'm trying to figure out if you lick both boots or just one of the boots. And then you decide, Sean, when you want to lick those boots. So, yeah, let's abolish the ATF because Sean loves them. So obviously we've got to get rid of them. If you have a forced reset trigger, especially if you live in Texas, keep in mind, I am only licensed to practice law in Texas. If you need a consultation, you can go to my website, cjgrisham.com, fill out the contact form there, and I can evaluate your case and let you know what's going on. If you've been contacted by the NFA or by the ATF, I highly recommend that you contact an attorney. Don't engage with them. Don't answer any of their questions. Because if you look at this, it just says that the unlawful receipt or possession, just because you bought something in the past doesn't necessarily mean that you own it today. And you do not have the burden to prove to the government that you do or do not possess something that you once purchased. The government has the burden through probable cause and beyond a reasonable doubt that you currently own something, but they have to have probable cause to charge you with a crime. And the only way they're going to do that is if you talk to them. And if you have something that's illegal, I maintain that you don't, but the ATF maintains that you do. And until there's litigation holding them accountable or until they're just abolished. The good news is I do have a case that's going to challenge the entire NFA that I'm in the early stages on. So I've got a great client that we are going to be challenging the constitutionality of the NFA altogether, using, of course, the Bruin case, but specifically the Miller case from back in the 30s. I think the NFA can easily be challenged. And no, sorry, Sean. The law does not say that matches automatic fire. It says automatic fire. Okay. Just because you can shoot at a fast rate doesn't mean that it's automatic fire. There's legal definitions. You sit here talking about lawbreakers. You should know the law, genius. And the genius is not, this doesn't say that is restored to shoot at a rate that matches automatic fire. No, it says automatically more than one shot, not automatically more than one shot or a rate that matches automatic fire. That's not what the law is. If you knew anything, if you were more intelligent than a CNN viewer, then you would know that. It's very simple. It's just exactly like EA says, just be a better troll. You know, don't just spout stupidity. Try to no, it's not automatic. Again, that's if that were the case, then every semi-automatic firearm is an automatic firearm because it resets itself every time you squeeze the trigger. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that liberals are so stupid, but they are. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you. I want to keep this at 15 minutes. Take care, be safe, be free, save, and share this video for all your friends. Let them know what the ATF is doing to you so that they know who to go to. And, hey, CJ2A signing out. You guys take care. Talk to you later.